You have seen many movies of Somalian pirates, but the movie you are going to see today will make you happy. We all know what is the fear of Somalian pirates. And if someone falls into their trap, then there is no chance to escape. This movie was made in 2014 for this reason. The movie name is 22 Minutes. You will get a terror throughout the video. In this movie, you are going to see Russia's Black Dragon Commando force and the mission of Russian Cargo Ship Udhar. How does the Black Dragon cling? So sit back and watch the explanation of this movie. And those who have not subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe. Without any extra money, let's start the explanation of today's movie. At the beginning of the movie, we see a Russian cargo ship named Jamal, which was loaded with 2 million barrels or 15 crore liters of petrol at night. At that night, everyone was ready to go around. Somalian pirates were gathering around the ship. In about 20 boats, a gang of 100 pirates surrounded the whole ship. And when they started flying on the ship, the captain saw all this. And while screaming, he kept telling all the crew, "We have fallen into the trap of pirates. Turn off the engine quickly." With that, he announced to everyone that all the crew members are not safe in the engine room. He sent everyone and turned off the lights of the whole ship and made it dark. And he locked the door of his own engine room. On this side, the pirates got on the ship and spread all over. The incident happened so far that no one had a chance to oppose it. On the other side, another Russian ship was seen about 40 kilometers away from that Jamal ship. This is the Naval Infantry Team of Russia, and these were the members of the Russian Navy Black Dragon Force, who had been returning to Russia after completing the mission within the borders of Russia and America for about 3 months. At that time, the news came to the ship that a petrol-pumping ship of their country had fallen into the trap of pirates only 40 kilometers away from them. But they thought that maybe 5 pirates had come to rob in such a mischievous way. So they made 2 boards and put a tip of 10 people's Black Dragon on the ship's side. There, the captain of the team told the children to come with their high boots. But the ship they went to, with the MG-24 machine guns set on both sides of the ship, the Somalian pirates started firing at them. They fired such a bullet that their own lives were at stake. So when they started running away, a bullet came and hit a commander's life support bag in the water. The rest knew that this was not a big deal. Here, it is not a big deal. One of our men was lost in the water after being hit by a bullet. So the captain went back to the ship. Tomorrow, he will take the helicopter and see the rest. In the next scene, it can be seen that the big officers of the Russian naval headquarters are discussing. There, a captain informs the admiral that a Somalian pirate ship has been attacked. But it is not possible for any of our crew to stay in that ship. When we sent our Black Dragon force there, they fired a machine gun on our force, and one of them was lost in the sea. Hearing all this, the admiral informs Dhruv to send a helicopter and rescue the soldier. In the morning, it can be seen that the commander of the Black Dragon Force is drowning in the sea. In fact, the bullet hit his life support bag, and he died on this trip. There, a small boat comes and takes him away. When he goes to thank them, he sees that they are the members of that pirate ship. That pirate ship took the Navy soldier and left in the name of Jamal. And at that time, a Russian military helicopter comes and searches for that soldier. But even if it is not found, that pilot scans the whole ship and finds that this ship has a lot of rocket launchers with machine guns. So that Dhruv comes from that place. And the admiral orders the captain of that Navy ship to go 5 kilometers near the Jamal ship and follow that ship from there. On this side, the Black Dragon forces take that soldier in that ship. The name of this soldier is Makar Jafar. There, the leader of this Black Dragon comes to know that if you want to live, then go to this engine room and tell the captain to come out and call their headquarters and bring $20 million for us. But Jafar does not agree to any of his words. That Black Dragon kills him and tells him to keep his gun in his eyes. I don't like to say a word twice, so do what I say. The Black Dragon is afraid of this attack, so he knows that I will do everything you tell me to do. First, put your gun down. The name of this leader is Tori. Look at his face from outside. How scary he looks. His work will be more dangerous than that, which you will see later. Ebra tells Jafar to go to the engine room and tell the captain to come out. But the captain says, "I know what will happen to us if we come out. So if we have to die, we will die here. But we will not let them do it." When they do not open the door, the leader of the gang himself goes to the control room and calls the Russian naval headquarters. He says, if you want to keep this ship with your citizens, then send us 20 million. But the owner of the ship in the oil company is not Alpha Gorak. What you are doing is an international crime. We have no problem with you, and our government will never negotiate with all this. Hearing all this, Ebra, the leader of the gang, took 20 hours to come with 20 million. Otherwise, one person will be killed every hour. This is what he says in Kolkata. From that destroyer, the captain keeps an eye on that Jamal ship. There are 3 people sitting there. The Somalians are in such a state that they cannot be stopped even with a powerful radar. There are 3 people who can see the 2 engineers of that ship. Actually, here they have captured the whole ship in such a way that it is impossible to go near that ship. Heavy machine guns, along with it, a dangerous 100 Jaladosher gang. Because of their trouble, this ship is full of petrol. There is 15 liters of petrol here. It means that if there is a little mistake, the whole ship will be destroyed along with everyone. That's why they won't be able to fire at them from there. So the captain gives the permission to inspect the structure of the ship well, so that it is easy to attack. Ebra, the leader of the Jaladosher gang, was keeping an eye on the same ship from the Jamal ship, because this ship has been following their ship for almost a day. That's why that Russian soldier asked Jafar to chase him. The Jaladoshers chase another crew with Jafar. They attack Jafar and that crew by firing rifles at them. And Ebra says to them, "Look, I'm telling you for the last time. If your officers don't pay us, I won't spare them." But Jafar says, "You can't kill us if you want, because if a bullet is fired here, the whole ship will be destroyed and you will die with it." Hearing this, Ebra picks up a knife and stabs that crew in the throat. And he says, "Even if you don't shoot, the knife will be fine." On the other hand, the captain and the rest of the crew are afraid of this situation from that Jamal ship, and they are very scared. The admiral comes to know that they have killed a crew of that ship and thrown it into the sea. This is not a big facility, so whatever has to be done, has to be done. Otherwise, they will kill everyone, blast the ship, and leave. In the ship, it can be seen that they did not kill Jafar, and again took him in front of the engine room to tell him to come out. Actually, Jafar was a Russian, so he could have contacted the other crews, and Jafar was a trophy for them. So they didn't kill Jafar and still kept him alive. But Jafar told the crews that none of you will come out. These are very dangerous. He saved the one who killed him. But the leader, Ebra, even if he does not understand Russian, he has doubts. So he grabs Jafar's neck and warns him for the second time. If he does the opposite again, he will be killed. From there, when he was taken away, the other crew came and broke the door. On the other hand, at the Russian naval headquarters, Admiral, Lieutenant, and the owner of the same ship were watching the drone footage and watching the whole ship. The lieutenant there is the gang leader named Ebra. According to his crime report, he was in America before, then he was in Italy. And now he is coming to Somalia and running a huge gang. And there is a gang of 80, 90 people on this ship, because this Ebra does not run any ordinary gang. Even after hearing all this, the owner of the same ship, Olga Garov, knows that it is impossible to give so much money. Before that, they had left an American ship in Emirate, so there is no need to give so much money. But the lieutenant knows that the Ebra gang never finished the mission empty-handed. They will take the money or finish the ship. But even after all this, the owner of the same ship is unable to give money. When the lieutenant finds out about this, the admiral gets angry, and he knows that apart from your ship and oil, there is a lot of people of our country here. They have to be saved. So he contacts the captain of the same ship. He asks him that his team is here to compete with this criminal. The captain knows that his team will try again to finish this gang. On the other side of the ship, it is seen that Jafar is eating with a criminal. He knows that he can't eat with his hands, so he comes up with a plan for him. Hearing this, the captain tells him to make a difference. He says, "Take this. I have taken the eyes of many people with this." After eating, Jafar asks for his name. He comes out of the back with AK-47. Seeing this, Jafar gets scared. He knows that he has only asked for the name, but the captain tells him that the name of this machine and his name are the same. "My name is Kalashnikov." Hearing this, Jafar gets a little excited and starts thinking slowly with him. At that time, a boat comes from the same ship. At that time, a helicopter comes from the same ship. And it is ready to fire from the front. And the rest of the commanders come from the side and start gathering everyone on that boat. But when this news reached the Jaladeshwar ship, their leader Ebra came and looked at the situation in the binoculars. Actually, they came to this boat with food and green carrot leaves for them. Seeing this, the leader Ibra grabs Jafar, and with a knife in his throat, he orders everyone to leave. Along with that, he puts the carrot leaves on the boat. Seeing the captain from the boat, they are forced to leave all the Jaladeshwar. The commanders left them, and now they leave Jafar too. Actually, they were using Jafar as a trophy and selling it again and again. That's why they kept him alive. But now their gang leader Ibra comes to know. They won't give us any money, so if we don't get any money, they won't get this ship either. So they set a bomb on the whole ship. Here in the engine room of the ship, the heat of the engine and the situation of the engine has deteriorated. On that night, one of them set a bomb on the ship, and this is the kind of Jafar he was looking at. But he was lying there acting as a ghost. They set a bomb and left. Now he slowly takes the rope from Kalash's hand. And he will take a rope and put it outside the ship. Then he will turn on a flare light and give a signal to the ship far away. The captain asks him if he knows the mascot. He knows that he is a Navy soldier of taint, so he should know this. The mascot is a sign language of the Russian Navy command. Only he can understand this. So with the help of the captain's light, he tells him that our team will attack that ship at 6 in the morning the next day. He distracts everyone and keeps them busy on the other side. After understanding the signal, he throws the flare light and gets on the ship again. The next morning, Jafar tells Kalash that he is very thirsty. Leave me for a while. I am telling you that I will come back after drinking water. Kalash believes him and leaves him. And on this side, the Black Dragon commanders reach the ship under the water. And they get on their own and get on the ship and finish everyone one by one. While finishing everyone one by one, the captain suddenly stops everyone and keeps everyone busy because they have crossed 33 minutes for this small mission. Actually, this was a pre-roll training for them, so that they can follow this training when they go to the actual mission. The captain knows that you have completed 33 minutes within the time limit. But there are still 10-12 enemies left. It will not be possible to return to the base if the mission is run like this. But the rest of the commanders know that this ship and that ship are very different. Hearing this, the captain knows that he can't go on his own ship or go on a mission on another ship. On this side, Jafar goes to the kitchen and gives a fruit-shaped cake to the Black Dragon. And from there, he takes some water and goes straight to the engineer's room. In the engineer's room, it is seen that everyone's condition is very bad. For 500 days, they have been stuck in the heat of this engine, except for food and water. As a result, everyone's throat is dry and cut. Meanwhile, from there, Jafar throws a bottle of water from the side, and with a smirk, he knows that the next 6 will come to help us. Everyone be ready. On this side, the owner of the naval headquarters knows that his company will not be able to pay so much. So now the Russian Navy can do whatever it wants. The admiral knows that it's okay. Now the Russian Navy will do what it does. On this side with water, Jafar again comes back to Kalash. He begins to doubt. Kalash had almost thrown him out. But at that time, that shape of theirs came out and started arguing. Because Jafar had high-dose drugs in the Ferdinand that had been given to him a while ago. In such a life-threatening mission, to make him so angry, the leader of his gang tries to keep him drenched in water. But Kalash keeps insisting him a lot, because this guy loved Kalash a lot and treated him like his own younger brother. But the leader did not listen to him and dives into the water with his hands and feet. That sea was again a sea of sharks. At that time, a shark came and took him by the feet of the same people. When the water of the sea turns red with blood, everyone, when they understand the matter, keeps taking him away. Taking him up, they can see that the shark has eaten the feet of the same people. And with that, he has been killed for a lot of bloodshed. Kalash sits next to him and keeps arguing. And with a lot of anger, he keeps diving toward his leader. Kalash's elder brother, Samatullah, could not accept the murder of his friend in any way. So he keeps arguing all night, and Jafar keeps calming him down. On the other hand, the gang leader, Ibre, can know from the instruction sheet of the ship that there is no problem if you light a fire near the engine. All the oil is in the tank, so he orders to weld and take everyone out of the door, and Kalash keeps arguing in the same way. Actually, he was shocked from the inside like a cat. He kept saying that today the leader killed my brother. Tomorrow he will kill me with him. So I don't want you to live with us. I left you. You run away from here. But this time Jafar tells the truth to Kalash. He knows that I can't run away even if I want to, because today morning our command force will come to take us all. And my job is to keep everyone busy on the other side. Kalash listens to this and says to him, I know I have committed a lot of crimes, but I will help you completely. Then Jafar takes a knife from Kalash for independence. Kalash gives him a knife. At that time, the gang leader, Ibra, appears there. Now Jafar can also understand that he is caught in the same situation. On the other hand, the command force comes out of their suit for the real mission. In this way, the commando force comes out of the water and gathers under the ship in the morning. In the engine room, it is seen that Jaladurshu has almost cut the door by welding. So the captain comes and throws everyone on the road and tells everyone, Crew, we will die here only, so we will fight and die only. No one can call us cowards. With that, he orders to start the engine again, so that the ship moves towards their country. On this side, Jaladurshu takes Jafar and kills him, because now there is no use of keeping him alive, because they will not get a single penny. So this Jaladurshu gives Jafar to shoot. On this side, Kalash goes to the machine gunner from there and tells everyone, Friends, you are now on the opposite side, and let me handle this machine gun. So he comes and throws everyone away from the machine gun. On this side, standing in front of death, Jafar now tells everyone the truth. He knows that our team will come in a while and kill all of them. But that Jaladurshu screams and says, Then I will send them to you too. Before that, let's finish you. They keep shooting Jafar. Kalash gives a signal to the sound generator from inside, on the top of which Jafar looks at that Jaladurshu rifle and eats the other two first. Then he kills that Jaladurshu too. And getting the signal, the Black Dragon Commando team gets out of the ship and gets on the ship. On the other side, when the remaining Jaladurshu came to Kalash, he saw nothing and started shooting at them. Suddenly, Jafar gets up and starts running away. When the engine starts on this side, the two commandos now move towards the fan, but at the last moment, they fire a flare rope and manage to stop the ship. On this side, the remaining commandos get up on the ship and start hanging all the Jaladurshu one by one with a knife. And Jafar comes and reaches in front of the engine room. That time, Kalash's team takes out the same knife and hangs the two of them in front of the door, and takes the rest of them out of the engine room. On the other side, the leader of the gang hears the firing sound and comes to Kalash. But Kalash scares him and fires at him. This time, Ibra throws a grenade towards Kalash. And Kalash gets hit by this blast. Now Ibra comes in front of Kalash and Kalash picks up his bow and shoots. Ibra says, If you have the courage, shoot me. Kalash really gets hit by the tiger, but there was no bullet in his rifle. At the same time, Ibra takes out a knife and hangs Kalash's neck. On the other side, the Black Dragon Commandos hang the rest of the machine gunners' necks one by one with a knife. And all the crews get out of the engine room and hit anyone in front of them with a rod. Even if the Jaladurshu had a rifle in their hands, they could not shoot. Because if the fire is near the tank, then the whole ship will be destroyed. Then the real battle begins. Someone hits with a rod and someone hangs Kalash's neck with a knife. A Jaladurshu catches Jafar and starts killing him. And the Jaladurshu gang leader, Ibra's tough fight begins with the captain of this Black Dragon Commando force. Ibra catches two knives in the two houses of the same commando and kills him. At the same time, the ship enters the bottom of the rock and the whole ship is destroyed. As a result, the captain is killed in this journey, but he keeps stabbing Ibra with a knife. Now Ibra, with the love of his life, pulls out the same gun and shoots the captain. Before that, the same captain puts a knife in his trigger and hangs the trigger, and he also hostages him. On the other hand, the tough fight continues like this. After about 22 minutes of their fight like this, the Jaladurshu are forced to surrender to the Russian Black Dragon force one by one. But at the same time, the gang leader pulls out a remote from his pocket and blasts his set bomb to blow up the whole ship. On the other hand, Jafar tries to open the antenna of this bomb. At the same time, Jafar is able to open the antenna by pulling out the remote, and the rest of the commandos come and throw all the Jaladurshu who were left behind into the sea. By arresting everyone, they inform the Russian naval headquarters that the whole ship is now under their control. At such a time, Jafar sees that Kalash is lying in a critical condition. He goes to him and says, "Kalash, nothing will happen to you, friend. The helicopter is coming. I will take you to the hospital." But Kalash knows, "Friend, I have done a lot to you, so forgive me." Kalash pulls out a recorder from his pocket and tells him, "If you ever miss me, listen to this." I have recorded some of my own songs in this. While saying all this, Kalash dies at the hands of Jafar. Now it can be seen that many crews have died in this mess with the Jaladurshu. All of them have to be covered with a white sheet. When Kalash has to be taken away, Jafar comes and tells Kalash to sing, "Friend, I will stay with you forever." He opens the door of his hand and puts it in Kalash's hand and says goodbye to him. At that time, a call comes to the Black Dragon captain from the Nepal headquarters, and it is known to him that the Jaladurshu have been sold, to drop them in a small boat with some food and clean water. But the captain knows, "Sir, they are very dangerous. If they are left, then they will work again." But the lieutenant knows, "This is not my order. It is the order of the upper house, because they are citizens of another country, so we do not have the right to arrest them." So the captain is forced to drop them in a boat with some food and clean water. Jafar takes a bottle of water and puts it in their boat. When the Jaladurshu go 2 to 3 kilometers away from their ship, now Jafar takes out the recorder from his leg. At the same time, the gang leader also opens the bottle of the same water, and he sees Boma in the bottle. Jafar takes the whole boat in one blast along with the button press. And in this way, he kills all the Jaladurshu except Boma. Now they start their journey back to their country with all the necessary equipment. And this movie ends here. Who has taken the most trouble for you in this movie? Let us know by commenting. The explanation of the new movie has come a long way. Until then,